Okay, so we've been in this field of social emotional learning, Jennifer, I guess we say for a while now. Is it working? Are you seeing the fruit on the tree with the kids' behavior? Are they empathizing with each other? Is it working?
It is so working. There is incredible research to show that it's working. Castle's partners did a meta-analysis of 213 studies looking at different social and emotional learning curricula throughout the country, and found that it was working on all those domains, both prevention and promotion, that we hope. So it is preventing children from getting into the criminal justice system, for example. Yeah. Alcohol, drugs. It's also promoting better grades. It's promoting involvement in extracurriculars. It's promoting citizenship, both digital citizenship and involvement in school activities. So it's doing all those things, and the longitudinal studies are powerful as well, showing the pipeline to success versus the pipeline to prison. So I think
even if you just look at high school graduation rates, I mean, that is hugely impacted.
Yeah. So we have really strong evidence to show that it works, but the awareness is not there. That schools, districts are not aware of that research, and the word just needs to spread that there are these practices that everybody right now with COVID is so worried about our children having anxiety and depression. Well, if we have social and emotional learning in place, we have supports at the ready to deal with that, right? So there is a moment now where the discussion is around social and emotional topics nationally, internationally, and we have to band together and get out there and be talking about it.
So to carry on with that thought, Jennifer, if you begin teaching, let's just say simple breathing techniques, right? And I equip all of my teachers with a binder ring that has all these different breathing games that you can do with kids, right? Different yoga poses. I once had a preschool class that had 16 boys and 4 girls, 4-year-olds. It was a very interesting year. And my partner teacher and I began doing yoga when they would come in from the playground, because you can't play outside for 45 minutes and get yourself all riled up and then suddenly come in and be able to attend to what is going on quietly and sedately, right? But we didn't call it yoga, we called it karate. Because we talked about how in karate, you have to be very aware of all of your body and every limb and every muscle and everything else. And so the kids were like, I want to be good at karate. So we would do 5 to 8 minutes of yoga poses and breathing before as we transition from outside play to focused listening and learning, right? So, once you, first of all, understand how to use these tools yourself, and then you begin sharing them with the children or adult students in your life, then when things like COVID and quarantine happen, they can take those skills and tools that they already have and use them for any situation that comes up. So, if we can somehow get teachers in training to be aware of this and be given these tools from the beginning while they're learning, so that they can practice them and use them as they are learning to be a teacher, then when they start teaching, it won't take 15 years of figuring it out on their own to adopt these practices.
Mm-hmm. So Derek, do you feel like this teaching is social emotional teaching is having an impact?
Yeah, I definitely think it's having a positive impact. Peoria Public Schools is a fairly large district, so one of the things I will say, whether it's social emotional learning or any other initiative, do I see it being having a more positive impact in some buildings versus others? Absolutely. I think it has to do with a lot of the leadership that understands and buys in and creates that culture and that environment for social emotional learning to take place with fidelity. But it has to happen from the building leadership to the staff, how they're treated. But then, because it does trickle down from the staff to the students.